Welcome. It's Charter California edition. My name is Brad Pomerantz in Ventura on our road show, and I am so glad we're in Ventura because living close to Ventura, California is this guy. His name is Augie Maturo. He is one of the stars of the new Disney Channel show, Girl Meets World. I remember Boy Meets World. Now I know Girl Meets World because I have 2 daughters, and they watch you on TV all the time.
Wow.
And that means I watch you too, and you're great. Are you proud? Of course, this is his mother, Maha, and I thank you for bringing Augie with us. I want to talk to you about Girl Meets World in a little while, but first I want to talk about you and the challenge that you face. Everyone sees you on TV, you're happy, you're healthy, and you are healthy, but you do have a small challenge. What is that?
To avoid my allergic triggers, and they are peanuts, tree nuts, sesame, and coconuts. And we need the action plan, so we're safe.
Yes.
So the 4 things of our action plan is...
Well,
I'm in love, just so you know. I need an action plan. I need a life action plan. Tell us what the action plan is, Maha.
Well, we're very excited to partner with Mylan and EpiPen to raise awareness for anaphylaxis, and this is something that Augie deals with. Augie is allergic to tree nuts, peanuts, sesame, and coconut,
Right.
and requires an EpiPen.
And I want to speak about that. I mentioned to you, I'm the son of a pharmacist,
Okay.
so I know from EpiPens.
Okay. All right.
And of course, we know that allergies are spreading a bit. And my daughters, Ivy and Paige, they have friends who are allergic to peanuts.
Yeah.
And so they have friends who have EpiPens.
Yeah, 1 in 13 children
Right,
actually
have
suffer from this.
EpiPens, and they are lifesavers.
Yes.
They really are
Yes.
lifesavers. Maha, let me ask you about how it is for you, and then I'll talk to you in a second, to have a child that faces, look, he's a great kid. He's going to be
Yeah.
fine. We know that.
Yeah.
But there are moments where you got to be careful. How
Oh,
is
yeah.
that?
Actually, we're always careful.
Yeah.
At first it's a challenge, but it's become a way of life where we make sure we're always avoiding his allergic triggers. We make sure that we plan ahead wherever we're going. We make sure to always avoid those allergic triggers, but we make sure we always have those EpiPens
How
on hand.
do you do that? I mean, look, at my daughter's school, it's a no peanut zone.
Yeah.
It's just what the school does.
Yes.
But, you know, the mall is not a no peanut zone.
That's
The
true.
set may not be a no peanut zone.
Yeah. Well, we make sure that we have food always wherever we're going to go. We call ahead, say if it's a restaurant,
Right.
we make sure that there's options for Augie to eat. We make sure that I pack snacks like you saw in my purse,
Right.
a big bag of
I
snacks.
want one.
Yeah.
Scooby snack.
We snacks. So it's become part of our everyday routine, knowing where we can eat, what we can
Right.
eat. And Augie, now that he's getting older and more independent, he knows to always ask. He doesn't take any chances. We bake a lot of our own things.
Yeah. Tell me more about your action plan.
Well, there are 4 things of
Right.
our action plan, yeah. And there's...
Number one.
Number one is,
Number 1 is to avoid the allergic triggers.
right?
Number 2 is to always have
To know the signs.
the signs and symptoms of anaphylaxis.
Which are what? That's important.
Well, it can vary from person to
Okay.
person. For Augie, his lips turned blue. He was choking and gagging.
And you've seen this.
Yes.
You have seen
and that's
this.
how we found out about his
Right.
allergies when he was 3 years old.
Right.
I was at a family get together and I wanted to try the first thing, a new thing that was called cashews. As soon as I ate them, I started choking and gagging.
And
my
do you
lips
remember
swelled.
that? Do you remember a little bit?
A
little bit?
yeah.
What's the third point of your action plan?
To always have your EpiPen 2-pack.
Right,
with
which is
you
this.
When you
Go anywhere.
When you
Right.
go anywhere, she has it in her bag when she heads
Right,
out.
right.
We have it on the set while I'm filming.
Right.
I have it at a school.
Everywhere.
At school.
Yeah.
At a babysitter's house.
Right.
And like.
And the importance of having a 2-pack is that 20% of people will need a second dose
Is that
of
true?
epinephrine. Yes.
And how do you know, Mom? How do you know?
Well, you don't know. That's why
right.
it's important to be prepared.
Right. And what's the 4th part of your action plan?
To have access to
To call immediate emergency.
Oh yeah,
Right.
to
That's right.
call immediate emergency medical care if anaphylaxis occurs.
So let me ask you, because I'm interested. Let's say something happens. You give an EpiPen.
That's right.
Do you automatically call 911?
Absolutely.
Even if it looks like he's...
Absolutely.
You got to call.
Yes, because allergic triggers actually can be different from incident to incident. It's not always going to have the same reaction each time.
So, if I may ask, if it's okay, Mom,
Yeah.
have you had to use the EpiPen?
Yes, we have actually.
Is it okay if I ask about what happened?
Yes.
Is that okay? What
Yeah.
happened, if you don't mind me asking?
It was
You
scary.
ate a cookie.
I ate a cookie, and my mom thought
the package.
the package had
It said it didn't have
said
nuts.
it didn't have nuts.
Were you at a party? Do you remember?
Yeah, we were just at a get together.
Get together.
Yes, yeah.
And so
Another
what-
get-together.
What happened?
And my mom checked it, but it didn't say any nuts, no
right.
no
Sure.
allergic triggers.
Right.
And then when I ate it, I said, "This tastes funny. My
Yeah,
lip is
I immediately
tingling."
knew. Yeah.
And
And
he
it-
knew.
He knew.
He
He
knew.
knew.
And then she checked, the cookie, and she
Oh, you saw the nuts.
Yeah.
and she thought they were vanilla chocolate chips. Vanilla chips.
Yeah, they were ground up so fine. And that's the thing with these things that kids love to eat. The cookies,
The cakes, the cupcakes,
the cupcakes,
and that's why we have
the
our
breads.
own snacks.
So what
Yeah.
did you do? You pulled out the EpiPen?
I pulled out the EpiPen and I administered it to his outer thigh because
Right.
that's where you're supposed to
Right.
administer it into your outer thigh, and called 911.
And?
Everything's okay. He's still with us.
How was that for you? Was that scary?
It was scary, but having an action plan makes me feel prepared.
I'm in love. This kid is on. I need an action plan. I must tell you, I'm a caregiver.
Okay.
My wife has a chronic illness, Crohn's.
Okay.
She's doing great.
Okay.
And I have to give her a shot, not an EpiPen,
Yeah.
but a shot once a week.
Yeah.
And so, how is it for you? I mean, I can appreciate. I mean, he's obviously
Yeah.
great, but it's like my wife. It's
Yeah.
not. She's fine.
Yeah.
But you're there, and you
Yeah, you're
you
there.
feel it. So
You
how is
feel
it
it.
for you as a caregiver?
Well, the most important thing is to keep a level head.
Exactly.
And because they're looking to you to feel safe and secure. So, we just followed our action plan, and then later when we were home and everything was fine, I had myself a good cry.
Exactly.
but
how gratifying it must have been for you to know that you had that action plan. You had a son that was able to have a level head.
Yeah.
And to put it into place.
That's very important.
And look what happened. I
Yeah.
mean, he's here today, and he'll be here, way past the
That's
time
right.
we're
That's
gone. I got to ask you though, Augie. You're in the public eye. You're famous. You didn't have to tell anyone about this. You could have been quiet, and you could have just let your allergy be a secret. Why did you decide to come here and talk about it with not just me, but you're talking to lots of people about it?
So they can see how anaphylaxis works and
To learn more about
and to learn more
anaphylaxis.
about anaphylaxis.
Oh, and how can they learn more, Augie? How can they learn more about
And
anaphylaxis?
to learn more about anaphylaxis.
Where can they get more info?
You
won't
can look at
interrupt.
me. Is there a website?
You can learn more on EpiPenOnLocation.com.
I
to learn
promise
more.
you that I'll put that on the screen. You know how on the show you'll see graphics at the bottom? I'm going to put that on the screen for
Oh,
you.
tell them about the sweepstakes.
Oh, and then
Sweepstakes, I win things.
Yeah.
Tell me about the sweepstakes?
so if you share the video, there's 3 videos up that are already shared, and you can share those. And you can share the ones that are already shared to people, and then you'll. I think
Be
3
entered.
times.
You could up to 3 times a week share the
3 times a
videos.
week, and you'll be entered into the sweepstakes, and then.
What do you
you'll
win?
You'll go to Florida and you go to Disney World
Will you
and
be
you'll
there?
get to meet me.
That would be lucky.
Yeah.
That would be really lucky. As we conclude, how is it being on a hit show for the Disney Channel?
Well, it's amazing. we don't brag about it. We just
That's very humble. You know what? I think that's wonderful. But does it feel good inside?
yeah.
Yeah.
It feels good to be on a show that teaches life lessons.
I gotta
and-
tell you, you're raising a wonderful young man.
thanks.
I mean,
He's pretty special.
He's pretty special, and
Yeah.
so are you. Her
Yeah,
name is
thanks.
Maha. His
Thanks.
name is Augie Maturo. He is on Girl Meets World on the Disney Channel. My name is Brad Pomerantz. Start a California edition.